Well, laughter is a great stress reliever, and it has amazing health effects on the human body. What that means to me is that I'd better swing by the Laugh Out Loud Wednesday comedy show at the Addison Improv to hear what K104's Michael Shawn has to say. What a fun show that you've got going on there.
Oh, we got a great show coming. First of all, give yourselves a round of applause. Just clap it up for yourself.
Yeah.
All right, clap it up. I got the whole panel with me. I'm a pimp in here.
I want to ask you all about the show, but let's first start with, as we talk about laughter being such good medicine and just being so good for the soul, the news of Robin Williams passing, I'm sure has hit the comedy community just as hard as it's hit everyone else. You actually worked with him, though. I
actually worked with him by mistake. There's a comedy club in New York called Caroline's, which is right in the middle, right in Times Square. So I was scheduled to perform. There was another gentleman on stage, and he was a friend. If you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, the guy who plays the manager was performing. So he was on there, and he said, "Hey, Robin, why don't you close the show out?" And we're sitting there going, "Robin Williams is here?" So Robin Williams jumps on stage, improv performance, does 35 minutes, and it was magic. And this is somebody I had followed for so long, like from all the way back to World According to Garp. And when I saw that movie, I didn't understand what was going on.
Right.
I didn't understand half of Robin's jokes when I was young watching him.
And that was kind of his first breakout role into the movie world. After
who knew that he graduated?
Popeye, when he did Popeye, I remember that movie growing up.
Are we going to bring up Popeye, right?
Popeye, I love that movie growing up.
But you were, I'm sure, more than impressed with him.
No, it was amazing. And the funny thing is we went, to tell the true story, after the show was over, we went to the bar and, we had some drinks and come to find out we were both alcoholics. And he was just a fun-loving guy, but I couldn't say anything because it was the person I've always wanted. I had all the stuff in my brain, so I just froze up. I was like, "Mr. Williams, you're funny." And he's looking at me like, he's like, I know, that's why I'm Robin Williams. And we partied for a little 10 minutes, and then he went about his way. But it's tragic to hear about what happened because in this country, mental health is so misunderstood.
And so stigmatized.
It's so stigmatized, especially in the Hispanic community. We're like, well, so what? You don't feel good. None of us feel, you're not happy today? Really?
Yeah.
Well, get up and go to work and get over it. But in my family, we've dealt with depression. My father's dealt with it for years. And it's something where you really don't know how to connect with the person who's sitting in a dark room for a week or two, and then pops out. But there is help, so you really got to get to your doctor and don't let that stigma get you away from understanding. It's a sickness, just like anything else, and it can be treated.
Sometimes the people who seem like they wouldn't deal with that issue, like we were talking earlier, people saying about Robin Williams, what does he have to be depressed about? But in the comedy community, there's a lot of that, isn't there? And a lot of addiction. And
we're strange people in that we have a strange job. The job is to sit down, write something, then go in front of strangers and assume that they're going to think it's funny. And if they don't, you're crushed. Like the most insecure people in the world are comedians because we're based on you guys have to laugh. If you don't laugh, you've destroyed me. Like literally, you go home like, I gotta quit. I can't believe this has happened. But at the same time, laughter is different from us. Laughter for us is a job. So where other people get the joy of laughing, it actually becomes like a pressure situation where laughter now is needed to pay bills. It's needed to succeed and go to the next level. And comedians have a great way of masking any problem. We can get on stage and talk about all our problems, but when we get off stage, we can't communicate with anybody one-on-one. But you put me in front of a crowd, I'll talk about anything.
It's that way with like even entertainers or people that are in music business, like Elton John. They'll say, he'll go on and he'll be this amazing performer, and the second he gets off stage, it's like his little switch is flipped, and he's off.
Just quiet.
He's off.
Yeah.
That's it. Done.
Do you get, how much of your material do you get from like pop culture? We've talked about Kim Kardashian.
Will you talk about Annie's butt in your show?
Dawn is obsessed.
No, it is amazing because I've never I realized this show is different. Like, you got a different set, and when I walked in, you talking about butts.
Yeah.
And I would like to compliment you, and I know you're married, so I don't want a problem with your husband. But you do have an amazing butt that should have a Twitter handle. It should be @mybutt. And I promise you, there'll be a lot of followers, and I will retweet your butt.
Oh my God.
Your butt's gonna get retweeted.
Oh my God. Will you be the voice of her butt? That would be so cool if you would tweet for her butt.
The voice of Amy's butt.
You could tweet for Amy's butt. What would her butt say right now?
Oh my God.
This is what your butt would say. I'm so underrated. These women on here can't handle my butt. That's why I never get a butt angle.
Funniest thing. thing. Here's the funniest thing. It's the most thing I hate the most about my body.
Really?
Oh yeah.
But you know what's funny? You have such an innocence about you, but your butt is dangerous. You have a dangerous butt.
Can we talk about something else now? My favorite friend here is dying.
Oh my gosh, really though, you must get so much of your stuff from things like Kim Kardashian and all the selfie craze. And now she's coming out with a book called Selfish. That's all her selfies.
Yeah, Kim's the dumbest genius ever.
She get
Like, she's the
paid.
dumbest genius ever because she realizes her limitations. She realizes how to make this money.
Yeah.
And I used to be so mad at her. I'm like, you have no talent. But in essence, we've created this star. So we got to be mad at ourselves.
That's
like,
actually a really valid
We're the
point.
ones who won't stop watching
Not
her.
me.
Dawn,
I
still say Dawn is just a little tad jealous.
In your
Just a
hate,
tad
you
jealous.
fuel her popularity in your hate.
Should I do Dawn's
We're
Butts
talking
voice?
about it.
Dawn's Butts voice, yeah.
What's my?
I'm a hater. I can't believe this
I
woman's
want
so
my
famous.
butt to look like Amy.
She lacks education. She's a dummy.
She's the richest dummy ever.
She got famous doing a sex tape.
She did, and I did a sex tape. Nothing happened. No, I did a sex tape, and when I tell you I put my heart and soul, I mean, everything I had.
So did you leave depressed? Oh, that's
No,
what
I
Jack-
was.